Why would it be echoing?
Sorry, but I don't know. We are simply
That
natural. Okay, all you have to do is sit up, look left, right, up and down. Hey, big guy. Hey, little guy. Can you tell me what's inside? Sorry, but I don't know. We are simply natural. We present you with a gift. Welcome to our paradise. Hey! Hey! Come on! Oh, What do you think about the incident? You were wasted before granted. I am asking you as a first step. You answer first, cause I asked you first. You and I are friends for all of time. Tell me how you feel. But you know I can't resist that smiling face. Happy, happy. Moya Ramble. Hey, big guy. Hey, little guy. Can you tell me who came first? Sorry, but I don't know. We are simply natural. Okay, all you have to do is sit up, look left, right, up and down. Hey, big guy. Hey, little guy. Can you tell me what's inside? Sorry, but I don't know. We are simply natural. We present you with a gift. Welcome to our special paradise, where it all comes down to just one little thing. Yeah. Woo! If I would shed my tears in this downtown fantasy, many of them call reality. If I would lose my name to this senselessness, I seek truth in riverside or insanity. Unleash the giants, losing the horse, build up the seas, set the serpents alight. Define the heights, behold your sight. For those windmills, let them run again. 'Cause I will fight. Let it be the cold rain, be it battle I cannot survive, or another cursed spirit come from the tide. Every morning, every night, my fate confide. Beyond our years upon the bridge across the stranger light. Those devils never break
Listen and you'll hear the heartbeat of a universe teeming with force. See all the forms and the faces of nature taking its course. And feel all the wonderful motion flowing through things far and near. Nature will share her secrets when we are ready to hear. Energy, these are a few of your faces, glowing in timeless places, bringing our lives new graces. Energy, there is no living without you. We must keep learning about you. Now is the time to find how to. Energy, you are profound. You make the world go round and round. You make the world go round. You make the world go round. You make the world go round.
Thank you, Energy. Hello, everybody. I am going to be Golden Knight today and be done with it. There's 2 levels yet. I think one will be a pain in my butt. The last one will be a final boss fight. That won't be that big a problem, so let's just do it. Wary Woman, thank you for following. Appreciate that. Hope you're doing well. Thank you to Crane God for following. Hope you're doing well. Joe Beezer, thank you for the 5 gifted subs. Appreciate it. Hope you're doing well. Thank you. I really do appreciate that, Joe. Thank you so much. Chad Shalist, time for some Jimmy Bond action, he says in the stream streak. Thank you so much, Chad Shalist. Appreciate that. Angry Hippie, thanks for following. Hope you're doing well. Thank you, everyone. I don't know how much I want to do bonus levels. Maybe I'll poke around in one. I got some. Yeah, it was a nice day. Weather's really nice here. Did some yard work, trimmed some bushes and stuff, pulled some weeds. Yeah, relaxed. 50 Cal Brown, thank you so much for 2 months. Appreciate that. Hope you're doing well. Thank you. It's the last level. I mean, I've never heard anyone. No one's referred to it like that, Dan, as it being the last level secret agent. I've heard it described as a bonus level you unlock for beating secret agent. But I don't know. Zenobo, thank you so much for the gifted sub to Dan. How about that? Appreciate it. Thank you. Hope you're doing well, Zenobo. Do appreciate that. Thank you. All right. Back to it. This is the most I've held an N64 controller in 1 month since the 90s. That's almost for sure. Futile position. Thank you so much for 11 months. Appreciate that. Thank you. Go Spurs, go. Yeah, like, I don't know. I'm not really rooting for anyone. Maybe the Spurs. I don't know. Look, I can't really enjoy the basketball too much after. I mean, the Cavs had a good run. It just was such a poor showing in that last series. I guess I don't want to. I don't know. Do I hold it against the Knicks that they beat us? Whatever. Quick save, quick load. Thank you for following. That's fun. Appreciate that. Thank you, quick save, quick load. Thanks for following. Caverns. This can't be as bad as Control. Destroy the inlet pump controls. Destroy the outlet pump controls. Is that just 2 different pump controls? Destroy the master control console. Looks like we're destroying a lot of things. Don't kill too many scientists. Alright, there's no one to protect this time. That's something. Don't jeopardize mission by going for the man bond. Nobody needs a dead hero. You'll be on your own, but CIA combat support will be waiting. Alright. Satellite communication exposed. If you remove the water pumps, Janice will be unable to hide it again. Destroy the servo control console close to the pumps. Be sure to disable the magic. Doing spot spelunking. Well, don't mess your trousers up, James. Thank you, Money Penny. That yell, I don't know. That yell last night came from some deep, dark place in me. We're starting with this. Okay, what do we have this time? I have the landmines, probably for blowing the stuff up. No. Also, reflex. What else is okay? Telling mine. No gadgets. They really kind of give up on the gadget concept halfway through this game, huh? Oh, wrong button. Oops. Tap the button. Ah, wait, I was touching my nose. Itchy. No. Anyone else? There we go. I have 2 of these. Oh, but I have that. So far, has this experience helped or hurt your impression in game? I thought I was going to actually enjoy the campaign more than I did. I really did do this because I'm like, I don't like being a GoldenEye fuddy-duddy. I bet if I probably play through the campaign and not just kind of be forced to play the multiplayer as a child, I'll be happy. I don't know. The back half of this game has been, it's been pretty frustrating. I've been pretty frustrated. The first half I was actually doing pretty well. It wasn't until I got to Control 2 that I'm like, what's going on here? Yeah, I did the due diligence. I don't know. I wanted to like this game more. I really do. It's really, like, the controls and stuff are good. When you just shoot people, it's good. Some of the mission objectives are just annoying. What is this? What the fuck is that mouth? I don't know. Maybe I need to cool off a bit from that last level. Being on that same level for 4 hours was a bit rough for Mikey's. So far, I like this. I mean, the game is at its best, honestly, when it is this. When you're just kind of running around shooting people, that actually feels pretty good. A bit more linear, even. I like this cave. This is a nice cave. Good. The music's fantastic. Hello. Alright, you need to maybe move a bit more than that, because I think I have to blow these up. They're proximity mines. Well, that guy died. He probably wasn't too important. Is this something I need to blow up? What the hell is that? All right, guys. You may have heard an explosion earlier. I don't think. Yeah. Maybe we could just shoot these. Yeah, let's just do that. There you go. Professor Ticklebits, thank you so much for the raid. Appreciate that. Oh my God, that killed. Get away from the computers, you idiots. See if it says I failed yet. How many more scientists am I allowed to kill? Well, that's the inlet pump controls. Thank you, Professor Ticklebits, for the raid. Yeah, I don't know, Dan. I don't know if it's lowered my opinion of the game. I don't know. I mean, the game is what I always thought it was. That's where I came from, right? Yeah. Yeah, this part does kind of look like Half-Life 1. It's been fun to stream. Like, look, I also kind of think it's funny when I'm mad, right? So I kind of find that funny. Where did you come from? Oops, wrong button. To be clear, the guys in white coats aren't good guys. They're just scientists for the evil people. They are still part of the evil organization. No, the VOD on Twitch is deleted. I trimmed something off at the end. It's still on there. You have to look at a highlight. It's on YouTube, too. Pushing that wrong button. This cave is where they are housing GoldenEye stuff. Have I ever streamed like that before? That may have been a first time, whatever that was. Best music's really good. No, I still haven't beaten this. I was on the same level for 4 hours last night before I finished it, so. Spent the day doing that. I mean, so far so good here. If this level's just kind of a long linear level like this, it might be okay, but now we'll see. It hasn't given me any armor yet. God, I keep doing this. That's a lot of people. Oh my god. Perfect Dark next. Not next, someday. First Light next. I'm gonna go back to that. I'm gonna start streaming that here, picking up where I left off on the launch look. The VOD channel hit 3K subscribers. That's neat. I'm surprised. Yeah, I'm always surprised so many people do check that out. Thank you, everyone. Good job, Firehair, on that, really. I feel like I started shooting that guy. I'm just like, I'm gonna find out that that's a scientist in a moment, aren't I? Oh, I got 2 of these now. One shot from these guys. Quite a lot of damage. Yeah. I like these doors. Kind of weird. Oh, that's a lot of... The frame rate dropped so much when that door opened, I assume there's a lot of people back over... Hey. Oh, yeah, there we go. Oh, turret. And other things. That door's gonna suck. Ah. He's even shooting at me. Should I give me some body armor? gotta get them all. I mean... assume I need to go through that door still. A code card. Okay. Where'd you come from? About to die already. I feel like this level is gonna be so long. Is gonna be the main frustrating thing here. Yeah, I probably should have just gone into that room. Got scared. Hey, Dingo, thanks so much for subscribing with Prime, Dingo. Appreciate that. Hope you're doing well. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Looks like the up path was correct. Or is it just a locker here? I don't think this is accomplishing anything with these boxes. Yeah, boxes usually don't have items in them. I don't think they almost ever do. But yeah, the lockers explode, everything's explode. I don't know, you'd think there'd be something in this little cave, but... no, we're not doing double, Perfect Dark right away. Not right away. Someday we'll get to that one. No, nothing here? Alright. Might run out of ammo. I mean, if I'm playing different Perfect Dark, I gotta be honest, I want to play the N64. There were bugs in those lockers. Yeah, I'm glad I shot him then. Okay. Oh, this gun is so much more powerful. Their code card. Not all of them? Okay. Those are my health problems. I'd be feeling pretty good about this level so far. Black? I mean, I wouldn't mind playing black someday. I don't know if it's super high on my to-do list. What's that body armor? Oh, with that body armor. Who's even shooting at me? I don't see anybody. What? Okay, somebody in that room. I mean, do you understand my frustrations, Dan? A little. Goddamn, Mike. Yeah. I mean, okay. Let me investigate this. Where else am I getting shot from? So... I shot that guy too hard. I guess I'll use my pistol there to shoot that first guy next time. You pick up these code cards. How many of these do I possibly need? Next time, just shoot that less. You always said don't blow it up. Well, I mean, there's something I couldn't. You think I saw anything there? I saw a guy shooting at me and I shot him. Also, how's this a dead end aside from that? Do I like? Can't fall down. Look, for a first try, that was pretty good. Might as well keep going, see how much of the level I can get done. Still learning. I never quite finished that first objective. Tiger Charades, thanks for subscribing at Prime. I appreciate that. I hope you're doing well. Thank you. Excuse me. So, this is literally not the run. All right. Oh, good to know that's there. Okay. Daily movie sign. Thank you again to Dingo Tiger Charades for subscribing. Prime. Appreciate that. At least like I could port like this all is largely about shooting people at least, you know? There's been a couple turrets, but not that bad. Again, like people like this you can kind of trick into coming here and going down one by one. These enemies kind of also have weird aggro, like they don't start shooting at you for a while. God, that's so itchy and sneezy all of a sudden, sorry. All right, buddy, you need to get out of the way. Move. Keep going. All right, you stay right there. Preferably, I should be doing that with my pistol. Save some ammo. Alright, you gotta move, buddy. I did not do that. That was not me. Who's shooting at me? Where'd you come from? Bullshit. That one's not on me. I don't know what the hell happened there. Oh, God. Accidental headshot. This is the part with the circuit, the upstairs and downstairs, which I kind of feel like I should do both. Make sure everyone's dead. Hey, it's Jeff Grubb. Is he okay? Oh, Jeff. Oh, Jeff, I'm not the man you used to know him, or that wide-eyed, happy guy. Just needed to hear a Epcot song and he'd be good. Nah, it's not me anymore. Yeah, I'm punished Minotti now. People. Taking much less damage so far. Let's go. Around. Oh, that's right. This room that confused me. Seem a little subdued. Ah, you know. I'm locked in. How's that guy so ready for me? Okay, where's the... How did I get shot there? Okay, got come up with a better angle for that one next time. sure everyone's dead up here, because if not, they'll come from behind. Try to kill me. Looks like everybody. Okay. Okay, this is where there's a turret and some people. Come get me. There it goes. Whoop. Is a turret here? Oh, yeah. Okay, I don't think I made that up. Oh boy. Okay. Oh, didn't see you. Ah, how did I get shot? Man. Yeah, I know. I should be getting some body armor soon. We'll see how much of a difference it makes. Come on. Oh my god. Just the light. Excuse me. Gosh. Okay, that is objective B completed, so that's 2 of them. Destroy the master control console. Almost. Okay, we're doing it. I'm gonna keep my pistol off for that next guy I might have to shoot. That I don't accidentally blow up a computer by shooting too good. You know, the mustache is a little... It is tickling me a smidge. I do hate when that happens. Where did that guy come from? Try to shoot him so carefully. Think he threw a grenade. Yep, I can't leave because I'm stuck in here. Please, please, please! Oh my god. Hey, Sean. How's it going? Give me that fucking body armor. Oh boy, that's that guy. That's the one that I gotta get him to like come out here. Then we can shoot him. Come here. I can't shoot you there. Jesus Christ. Was the body armor on this box? And he destroyed the body armor with the grenade, didn't he? Didn't he? That's what happened, huh? Yeah. Cool. Good. Good, good, good. Good, good, good. Didn't want it anyways. What do I need to call? Okay, so I'm not destroying anything here now. I'm not. I can now. Okay. You get out of there then. God. Well, that's all the objectives. I just have to leave. The problem is I have no health. Like, literally no health. I'm one hit. That body armor sure would have been nice. All right. Let's see. I doubt it, but let's see. We can just super carefully do this somehow. This guy. This is where shit gets rough. Alright, yes, Trevelyan. Haha, you can't get me. That's fine. Somebody here from behind me. Yep. Close. Oh well. We got the right idea here. I knew if somebody came behind me, I'd be kind of toast. Close. Next time I should just put some proximity mines there. I have them. Should be able to get this time. I just I think next time I'm gonna run into that room right away and go over to the side. Get the body armor right away and just kind of run for it for a moment. Yeah, because there's glass there to protect me for a moment. I'll do that. I mean, compared to the last level, this is still kind of nothing. It's fine. There is a guy here, right? Sometimes there is. There he is. Let's see if he can mind me. Come on, buddy. You need to move. Go. Alrighty, guys. Bad guy's here. He's gonna blow stuff up. You better run for your lives. Move. Please stop running back and forth between the things I'm about to blow up. Move. Easy. Whatever. I'll go the long way. You can live there. Fine. No, you moved? Alright. I like this part. You just get to go up this long cave. Long cave. Da da da. Usually more people that spawn here. Interesting. Spiral Mountain, yeah. Damn it. Yeah, this one's rough. I hate even taking a shot, man. Oh, I don't need to play Black. I mean, I played Half-Life 1 through not too long ago. I don't really need to do Black Mesa just yet. Mr. Winter, Guy, thank you for... Besties. Mr. Winter Guy, thank you for subscribing Prime. Appreciate that. Hope you're doing well. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Hope you have a good weekend. Or are having a good weekend. It is the weekend. Sometimes there's still a guy in here. I'm not sick, I swear. I'm just sneezy. Happens sometimes. Oh, come on. That sucks. Maybe I should go up first. Those guys at the top of the stairs here really messed me up last time. You dead? What happened there, Mike? Starting to have ammo problems. This guy can kind of... These people can kind of shoot through these rocks here, and that's a big problem. Oh, there's two of them. There's two of them. Oh, thank God. Oh. What JRPGs are actually Battlefield Plate worthy? I mean, I don't know. There's something probably really long and bland and boring, you know? Like, there's a really weird, like, Wizard of Oz one for the Saturn or something. Tell what's going on. Quest, I don't think Quest, I don't know. Quest 64, I don't know. Quest 64 is like Donkey Kong 64. It's a meme game for sure. How bad is it actually? Oh, come on. I don't know. Careful, because these lockers could blow up and hurt me, probably. Forget about him. Okay, right now we're doing okay, not great, but okay. Good enough, probably. Fuck! Who's shooting me? Where'd you come from? Boy, I did not see you there. Okay. You're playing better than Dan? No. Where did this guy even come from? Oh god, I didn't notice there's people here. Okay. Well, so much for my body armor. Okay, so that is not the strat. Good to know. Oh boy. And what if this guy blows everything up himself with that grenade? What do I do then? Mr. Bomb Diggity, thank you for following. Appreciate it. You're doing well. Thank you. I can't see anything now. Oh, somebody died in there. How much health do I have? Yeah, more than last time. Okay, is everyone dead in there because of said grenades? Nope, someone's shooting at me. Hate this. swear to God, you two. Doing that. Somebody behind me. Oh boy. You are so lucky, scientist. He's got shot a little bit. Oh my god. You assholes really need to do something. What's over here? You guys want to go in this door? I feel like it goes to that one room I was already in. You guys want to go in there? Because I'd love it for you to do that. Go. Be free. Yeah, I've already been there. Go. Thank you. Jesus. Marshall Mew, thank you for following. Appreciate that. Hope you're doing well. Thank you. Oh, I have that gun. Why did it go off? These things are worthless. Everything's worthless. Anyone in there? Oh boy. Barely even see. If I can get to where this door is closed, that would be helpful. So those aren't even proximity mines. They just so they're worthless. Timed mines. I just need to like get there with almost full health. Then I can kind of barrel through it a little bit. It's just such a long level, just getting back there again, man. Like we're so close. Okay, where was I getting shot at this time? Remember the pain points. Yeah, excuse me. I've enjoyed the elevator music. You've missed your chance. I hope you have the time of your minds. It's pretty good. It's pretty good. It's pretty good. I'm not gonna lie. All right, get out of here. Go. You stay there. Alright, idiots, time to move. Gary guy's here shooting a gun. I said, yeah, thank you. This one could be rough. This is just the spiral. This is just the spiral. This is nice and safe. We like the spiral. Do you even get that sniper rifle again after the first level? Remember that? What happened to that thing? Yeah, this is where there could be a ton of people. Right? Maybe not. Man, I was trying to be clever. A little too clever. Oh boy. Yeah, I took my first shot. Don't love that. Here they all are, jeez. Oh, come on, man. Can't do this to me. I've heard the Duke controller scheme, yeah. I don't really have a second N64 controller right now, I don't think. What? I hate when they don't get stun locked like they're supposed to. Oh my god. Terrible. Terrible. Not great. Not great. Not great. Not great. I did have a Super Controller. Yeah, I like it a lot. Really good. Come on. This guy down here. See, I swear that guy's about to shoot me somehow. Jesus. Somebody open that door. They're shooting at me. Damn it. Again, like, that, there's no, like, nothing stopping the bullets right there. So they just go through this little top part of the cave, and it's a big problem. Sucks. I heard the door opening behind me, too, to be clear, but I was already down here. Like, I did turn around to deal with it. It's not like the guy got the drop on me. I heard it. Turned around to deal with him eventually, but he shot me through the wall. Can't even see anything down there, man. Oh my god, frame rate. Hey, G-Dode, thank you so much for 12 months. Congratulations on your spicy bubble. Hope you're doing well. Hope you're having a good weekend. Yeah, the soundtrack's great. The soundtrack's great. Right. There's always more people down here than I think. That guy's like blending in with the console. Hard to see him. Alright. Comes the challenging part. Sometimes there's like a new guy over here. We'll see. I do kind of need to see if I can aggro some of these people away, but I just don't want that one guy to shoot the grenades away. My armor, I mean. God, I hate this. Not much armor. Damn it. What was that? How did a grenade get thrown over there? This is not much health. It's risky. Got it. Oh, it went through his skull. Yeah, it wasn't a lot of health anyways. Alice the Magpie, thanks for following. Appreciate it. You're doing well. Thank you, thank you. Control was beaten last night. God, this is frustrating. All right. Would you rather play the controller? We're gonna watch Love on a Leash. Love on a Leash would be done faster, probably. So I guess Love on a Leash. Hey, Logic Catch 5, thank you for subscribing, Prime. I do appreciate that. I hope you're doing well. Thank you. Yeah. Oh boy. I wish the doors would just stay open a little bit longer, man. All right, get out of here. I forgot to shoot that guy first. That's fine. Move. Get. high level. Wee. There's a lot of people behind this door. I think it takes them a moment to come and kill me, try to kill me, but I know they're there. I think I took damage here last time, but I'd rather not take this time. Sometimes their AI just kind of breaks in these little hallways. The guys with the blue berets are pretty spongy. I think I have a new strat for this, you'll see. Easy, buddy. Thank you for the hype train, everybody. Like, has C-strafing been... Yeah, I mean, oh yeah. I mean, I'm using C-strafing like crazy. Again, the controls haven't been that bad. As long as the game's kind of works with it, you know? I got used to those relatively quickly. Hey, look, you can crouch in this game. That's interesting. Oh no, that just happened by accident? No? Why not? I don't know you can do that. I don't know how much that would have helped. Alright. Now, I think I'm actually going to go all the way back around and fight the down people like that, so I don't have that one guy get me from that weird angle again. Let's go here. bet you don't want Jeff to change that Rare 64 tier list and get Blast Score swapped with GoldenEye. Oh man, what a... I don't know. I don't even know anymore. I forget where we probably had it high. I think I even allowed it. Sometimes I like pick my GoldenEye battles, man. I mean, we're getting there. I keep dying in that hallway section towards the end, but at least it's towards the end. This is a pretty good run, though. I haven't been hit yet. This, about to go to that difficult hallway, though. Like, someone's down there, but you can't see anything because it's very dark. Damn it. Alright. Could be worse. It's worse. Alright. Took a lot more damage there than anywhere else so far. That sucks a bit, but we're still okay, maybe. This is a good gun. Okay. That might have been Crispin Boyer. Hell yeah. This next room is a big problem. Next room is a big problem. The locker shortcut. I mean, I've seen lockers. I mean, how shortcutty can things be? Because I have to do the objectives either way. I want to like, oh, I'm here, everybody, come shoot me. Okay, now come get me. Come on. This works so many other levels. It's got to work here. At least a little bit. Have I found the strat? You play snipers on this? Okay. Let's make sure I don't accidentally shoot the fucking radio or computer. Anyone else in here? Oh, I got that gun now. That's fun. I think I'm gonna actually use my pistol to try to take care of some of this. Wait, don't actually do anything stupid. Dude, scientist, you couldn't have made that more thread than needle there. This guy move a little bit. most of them, it said. I'm gonna open this door for this guy so he leaves. Go. Be free. Maybe I just want to close this door. They can't come behind me now. You know? Oh shit, the turret's going. Oh boy. No, I made a mistake. The game is available on NSO. Well, that was really close, but that's not what you do there. Alright, we learned. Okay. I thought that was smart until it wasn't. Man, that was so close. That sucks. Okay. I can do even better, I bet. Might be throwing mines into that room eventually to try to clear that out. I don't know. I don't know how to take care of that one. Hey, I hate when you try to reload, but you open or close the door instead. Oops. If I tried winning now, I've just been doing the loser approach so far. Hasn't been working. At least these guys' hats aren't protecting them from headshots. I mean, it still takes 3. I want to run there, buddy. Move! Get out of here. Go. You can't, yeah, it says try to minimize scientist casualties. You can't just kill them all. If you kill too many, you will fail. I don't know what too many is, but I'm not about to find out. Notice some users on Giant Bomb have been posting reviews with no words of games that he played. Guess what the rating? Guess what rating they gave you? Or die? Jeez, what is that? I don't know what. There's no way I can find out. Look, right now my belief that the end of that hallway is the end of the level is the one thing keeping me going right now. So you have to let me hold on to that, because that's all we got. Oh my god, I'm wasting these bullets here. Half star out of 5. No way. No way. That seems a little harsh, I might say. don't have as much ammo as I usually do here, I feel like. This is the part where there's going to be a lot of people. Okay, I'm not trying to close that door. I'm trying to reload. Oh boy. There we go. Okay. What's that? Oh my god, it's a lot of people. Oh. I thought that reload was gonna mess me up. Good. How'd that miss? Oh my god. Ooh. Got lucky there. Lucky again. Oh my god. I thought you were dead. Okay, go all the way around. I don't know what the code card. I assume they're what I'm radioing to that guy or something. I don't know. There's something. Oh boy. Okay. All right, tricky section part 1 coming up. Guy like sometimes respawns for some reason. all these people come from? Could be worse. I thought so many of them were dead. There were a lot more of them alive. Is that guy like aggroed when he usually does it? I don't know. Still, probably the most health I've had up to this point. I won't be cross about it. Let's see if this strategy is gonna work again. Move! Ah, damn it. Could have been better. Killing a lot of them at least. Oh my god. The fucking grenades. Did I even kill that guy? Good enough. I mean, the door's locked. Did I not pick up a key card somewhere? I must have missed that pump control, huh? It's like, who's opening this door? Oh, I shot this one. You know what, if we can go in through this side now, that would actually be amazing. What am I even looking at? Oh my god. Okay. Alright, God. Please. seriously? Oh boy. Please, 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 please. Let's fucking go. Alright. Jeez, I thought I was toast. I was not ready for those enemies in there. 15 minutes. Jesus. Destroy control console. Settle the Scorch Rebellion. Yes. I'm licensed to kill him. Great. Yeah, I'll blow up the control thingy. Alright, Mighty Plenty. Looking forward to it. Alright, let's go. We finally did it. What do I even have? Not much. What happened to those guns I had last time? That's something. Man, that'll actually start me with body armor. That's nice. Not a lot of time. I'm getting shot a lot. God, it was really good at shooting me on this level, it seems. Now, of course, it's gonna take me a while to even figure out where this thing is that the game wants me to shoot. Well, that's something, isn't it? Everybody is a much better shot on this level, or am I crazy? I might have two guns. Was I stupid? Let me see what the other one is. Too much fuddy-duddying? Is that my problem? No, I have one gun. Oh. Yeah. Damn it. Yeah, these guys are suddenly all expert shots. Oh, excuse me, man. I mean, I don't really know what I'm supposed to do. I'm on a... I can't move. Can't even see them yet. Guys, come on! They're not... You can't even see them. They're shooting me fucking on the bridge. I can't move. What do they want me to do? Be aggressive, I guess. see you. That's him. Oh, the frame rate loves this. That looks like the end of the level. Running out of time. I haven't even found the control panel yet. That's a concern of mine right now. Kind of just chasing him around. In here. Nope. Am I even doing damage to him? Like, is this a fight? I don't know. Seems like I'm losing. Everyone's proggies. Okay. Guess I sent quite enough damage. The control console. I guess I can look around a little. What's down here? Let's see any control console. Hey, look at that. You're shooting me. Fuck. There's no control console down there. Okay. Well, that's not it. Oh, I didn't get my fucking armor. Someone edit my yell, me falling to someone edit my yell to Vaughn falling there. That's pretty good. I haven't heard Mike laugh in ages. Okay. Being fast seems to help. Just get going. ammo problem now. Might have been too aggro this time. We'll see. I have no more ammo. I keep running past the controls. It must be inside that wood building. I don't know. We'll see. Well, we got this. It's short. Figure it out eventually. Oops. Ow. Ow. Why is this guy fucking me up? I mean, is it in here? I mean, is it this thing? Oh, there's more body armor. That's cute. Good to know. Oh, yeah, how did I miss it? And now I don't have a time limit, huh? I have no health. Get that body armor, though. Coming up. Actually blew it up one time when I fell. Oh. Okay. All right. Sucker million. See the ammo. Where is he? Probably the other way. I'm gonna think that this one is not gonna quite happen. I went this way. I lost track of him. There he is. No, that's not him. Are you not dead yet? Maybe he went down here to his, like, I'm going to die place, right? Probably not. I don't think I see anybody down there. I don't think he's here yet. Ow. Ow. Alright, that's funny. That's alright. I know what to do. I know what to do. That's cute. We got this. We got this. Alright, body armor. Come on. Hell. Belly, asshole. Oh God. Oh my God. Serpentine, serpentine. God, where is he? Cut him off. Oh, you dropped the grenade. Just run through the grenade, run through the grenade. I don't know how to pick up any ammo. Come on. Actually, I need to kill this guy for some ammo. Costs ammo to kill him. What? Did he kill himself with grenades? What's happening? I mean, I complete most objectives. I just leave, right? Then I'm gonna come here. Am I coming here? Is that it? I think he killed himself somehow. We're back in the jungle. Hey, Kayla. Oh. Credits. Oh, cute. Those aren't credits at all. It's just the people. I mean, Rare loved that shit. That's not what credits mean. Those are just the jobs of the fictional characters. So what's supposed to happen is you shape some room and gives you a split second shoot before dropping out the hole and failing the mission. Oh. Well, I liked what happened there. They're gonna kiss for a while. Music, though, damn. Yeah, we'll take a look at Aztec. Oh, man. Look, nothing I had to do today was nearly as frustrating as Control. I thought, well, Agent Under... Well, technically next would be, The World's Not Enough, then Agent Under Fire, then Nightfire, then Everything or Nothing, then From Russia with Love. And then GoldenEye Rogue Agent, then GoldenEye Remake. Then the weird, like, other Daniel Craig ones. Someday I want to play World Is Not Enough. I'm going to be on the lookout for it. Tomorrow Never Dies never got a game, John. Oddly enough. There is a Tomorrow Never Dies game? Wait, there is? Never mind, I guess I'm an idiot. On PS1? Oh, only on PS1. Is it good? I mean, I'm probably not going to play it. It's really bad? Huh. Interesting. So, boy, that's so weird that, like, this game is this, and then the next James Bond game's not even on N64. Who made it? Right, I know The World Not Enough has 2 versions, and the N64 version is better. The Treehouse. I mean, I think EA started doing James Bond, like, even right after this, almost. They're certainly starting with The World's Not Enough. Ken Lop. Armand. This music is so good. Black Ops. Next to the Q branch. That's got to be a fan club, right? The Q branch 16. Something. The Stampers. Look, I do get it. I do get it. Like, I had some real low lows with this game, really, but, like, I do kind of get it. I get it. I get it. I do get it. Horsehair has a very famous death, which is why you shouldn't shoot him. I see. I assume it happens right after he screams something like, "I'm invincible." Yeah, hey, Symbiosis, what do you possibly want me to write a review for? I have no idea. You could refund B Corliss there if you would like. I'm guessing he probably would the same thing. James Bond will return, but never in another Rare game again. The actors. Just a startup. There's Boris. Nerd. Look out for the Russian soldier. No, I hate you, scientists. The animation work is great. The animations look awesome. I even like the way the characters look. Look at this guy's face. How can you hate that? Almost forgot about the civilians. Civilian with a gun. Man, the music is really good. Let me get a drink. What do you guys want me to try out this first or write the review first? You let me know. I'm gonna be right back. I'm gonna get a drink. Come to a consensus by the time I come back. Aztec first. Is this Moonraker inspired? Aztec sexual. Liquid Death, Root Beer Water. Root Beer Wrath, excuse me. I mean, I remember this level from multiplayer. This is a pretty famous multiplayer level. Ow, 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 ow. Ow. It's like a bad start. I'll be clear, I'm not committing to beating this level. Yeah, sure, that's one of those, it's a mythical animal, I know. It does, actually. Again. Like I've already lost a lot of my ammo. I like how these guys are dressed up like nerds, so. Seems like they have a lot of grenades here, huh? I mean... strategy, have any strategy. Stay on the move. I mean, they shoot you anyways. I'm gonna shoot that right guy when he's throwing the grenade. Hope it kills the other guy, then the other guy will come at me and I'll kill him. That's my strategy. Or we can just not do it. There he goes. Okay, now, this guy's here. I mean, I've already lost most of my health. That guy dropped a grenade. Is it gonna blow up? Nope. More ammo. Yeah, it might be fun to test out some cheat codes, you know? Oh, I have this one. Hey, Demetrios, thank you for the raid. Appreciate it. Oh, it's not even letting me. Well, what are the button combinations, or where do I do them? Again, Demetrios for the raid. Hope you're doing well. Appreciate it. Yeah, I get that they're button inputs. You want? Thought somebody had them for me. Now, if you want me to look them up, there are a lot. Oh, why am I sneezing so much? Do I have to do these anywhere important, or just anywhere? In the mission, that can mean a lot of things, like in mission select, in the mission briefing, at the cheat menu. During gameplay, I say I'm hearing different things now. Oh, I mean, I'd rather do it in this menu. What is L plus down? L plus down, R plus C right. Oh boy. That didn't work. How fast do I have to be? Won't help us down the D-pad. Alright, I've done that. I'm not asking rhetorically. Hold L plus down the D-pad. That code won't work here for invincibility? Okay. So when I put Matt... Okay, let's just get in the mission first. Has to be in the game, alright. Easy. Oh, who's fucking cheap now, stupid assholes? Eat my fucking shit. Who wants some? What the hell is DK mode? Oh my god. Alright, 1 second, 1 second. I gotta scroll back. Can I do it in the pause menu or should I just do it in the game? Didn't quite get it there. Am I missing that one? I'm not getting this one. Oh, I had it. Yeah, maybe repaste, maybe double check the code real quick. Want to shoot these guys? Okay. This is bonus level. DK mode cheat only works in the cheat menu. That's why. Well then, maybe we'll try it after this. Mystery solved. Quit. Well, then I'm going to have to put that other one in. So, I mean, last time, to be clear, I don't think it's going to... When I put the other cheat on, it didn't even let me pick this level, so I don't know if it's going to work for this level. I can beat this level and then turn that code mode on, just pick some other level if you want to. Yes, I think if I turn something on the cheat menu, I can't select the bonus levels. I guess control mission area. I need to find an item before I can use that. Yeah, it only works in the levels you already beat, that makes sense. There's a control panel. Yeah. Can I break this? Bulletproof, huh? I don't have any grenades yet. Hey, Snowbike Mike. How's it going? Hey, how's Twilight Princess? What's Mike's Zelda ranking so far? Oh, okay, good. Hope you're doing well. Make sure you're following Snowbike Mike, everybody. Please, please, please give him a shout out. Thank you for the raid. I know you're playing Twilight Princess. Hope you've been enjoying it. The one he's playing is always his favorite. I love that about you, Mike. Wind Waker, Wind Waker is correct, because Wind Waker is so freaking good, man. God, I love Wind Waker. Twilight Princess has very good dungeons. I don't know if the slow intro bothered Mike like it bothered me back in the day. But the dungeons are very good in the game. I love Wind Waker, though. Wind Waker's ending is so freaking good. My brother actually said he was watching Mike stream when he beat Wind Waker. My brother also loves Wind Waker. Was so excited to see Mike pop off for the Ganon fight at the end. Yeah, welcome everybody. Been working through GoldenEye. I actually just beat it. I'm just running around Aztec with the invincibility cheat on right now for fun. We're just checking out some cheats. It's what's that guy's name? Lockjaw? Jaws. They shoot a laser at me? Well, we got it. Here we go. That's more like it. I mean, having the secret levels is very cool. Hey, it's the rocket. Yeah, I would lose my mind trying to beat this naturally. No, ain't no way. Don't have the patience for that right now. No, it's not better than Half-Life. In my opinion. Yep, that's correct. Up we go. I don't think I changed the thing yet. I don't even know how to get back over there. Whee! Double laser? Oh, hell yeah. That's pretty sick. Where's where I came from? Is this not where I killed Lockjaw? I kept saying Lockjaw, just Jaws, just Jaws. There's no... Yeah, that's where I killed him. Who's Lockjaw? Lockjaw's in Marvel. Oh, right. Intricate. That's bottom of the rocket. Oh dang, finally. Why is the rocket going off now? Yeah, did Dan beat the bonus levels on Dino Friday? Pretty hard. You did not. Oh. Wait, now he's saying he did. Somebody's a liar. Gotta get back to that first area. I assume I need to. In your mind, so Dan, you're not joking. You're just saying that you did. So now I'm curious. Somebody find out. There's just no way to know. So Dan, would you be surprised to learn if you didn't? Is what you're saying? You genuinely think you did? All right, now I'm curious. Someone find out. Stram, wow! Thank you so much for following. I appreciate that. Thank you. I mean, you could just look at the last episode, right? You can't imagine you did all that and didn't do the bonuses. What if you thought that perhaps the experience was frustrating and annoying and you didn't want to do it anymore? Let's find out what you did first, then you'll form your opinion. Fair enough. Okay, so you started the bonus missions, but then you gave up there. He did do the levels. Did he finish the levels? Oh, you gave up. Yeah, there you go. Interesting. I guess he doesn't like this game that much. He didn't even want to play all of it. He didn't even want to do the fun bonus content. You don't believe that? Well, I mean, it seems to be the case. How do I get back up there? I don't know if I can. Can I just not beat the level now? It's definitely a distinct possibility. There's gotta be some secret door somewhere. No, we're not getting conflicting information. The only person who said you... Fire just said you played them, then watched longer and saw that you didn't beat it. We know exactly what the information is. You started the secret levels and gave up. Yeah, Jasper is also still waiting on you to eat a real hat. What was the bet for the hat thing about anyway? Well, there's just no way to know. Yeah, alright, alright. So what, I mean, this path must be for something. Is it just the body armor? Gotta be some way to get back to the beginning-ish area. I mean, you'd think this door would open, but it seems to not want to. So, oh man, only 13 minutes, too. Thank you. So now I have to go back up and close that door. Interesting. Why did I open it in the first place? Oh, whatever. I mean, you think the level will get easier once you get the lasers. There's just so many people shooting at you. And the rest of the stream was multiplayer. Multiplayer's fun. I like stories. Oh, hey, look. Okay, I think I accidentally blow up all the computers in here that I needed to finish the level. No, I got a dat. This is good. Never mind, we're fine. Ah, I see. I assume I just take this back to the rockets. Pew, pew, pew. There, thank you for following. Appreciate that. Hope you're doing well. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you. Now, where do I put the dat? Up my butt. Wow. Wow, so mean, so unhelpful. I mean, I can open the exhaust bay. I don't know why I would want to. You think I boned myself? I did blow up a lot of those computers. I probably didn't want those computers to blow up. Well. Can I equip the DAT? I don't know. No, maybe. A little bit over it, to be honest. Why don't we try out the Donkey Kong thing and we'll move on for our lives. Yeah, let's see the DK mode. That's Secret Agent. No one said Donkey Kong. DK better mean Donkey Kong in my mind. I don't know. I have no idea what it means. Don't post that code again. Do-do-doom, do-do-doom. Do runway. How could that be quicker to unlock than just pushing these buttons? Thank you, but I mean, come on. Oh. Can't work. I mean, I'm not gonna go into a mission to unlock DK mode. I don't know, maybe. Let me see. Again. Sounds like something happened. Made the sound. Okay. There we go. What's a good mission for this? Bunker 2. I'd rather not. Frigate. Oh, frigate, sure. I've seen the Xbox Live remake of the Sega artist. I did see that. That's wild. Colonel Nasty, thank you for following. Appreciate hope you're doing well. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you so much. Is that just the big head mode, DK? I mean, I knew about big head mode. Is that what DK is? What does that have to do with Donkey Kong? Where's my Magnum? Hell yeah. I don't care about the hostages anymore. Oh, they have the big arms too. I see now. I get it. Cute. Cute. I should have just played like this. Makes them easier to get headshots. Dude, that guy had some health. He's even shooting at me. How can I not see them? They're huge. This was a cool level. Oh, there go their hats. Unaccepted hostage casualties, boo. So do you unlock the golden gun for beating the game on 00 difficulty? Here, I'll do it for you. There. You think I care? I'm a cold-blooded killer. Alright, buddy, you're free. JK. I don't care about your stinking objectives no more. I'm my own man. Where you going? I've gone rogue. I'm the rogue agent. That's why they called that game that. Get finished the job. He's like, oh no, my hostage. That's right. Oh wait, I'm not invincible. I've just been killing some people so fast. Dan likes it, Spiky. Think you could beat Dan multiplayer? No. I would not. I'd imagine not. I imagine he's better than me at this game. We should. It would be fun to do it. I mean, we could do it on NSO sometime. Maybe next UPF. Well, granted, we're not going to have a UPF this next week because of SGF. Do it SGF. I mean, I don't think we need any kind of streaming setup that involves us using capture cards. I don't think we're gonna have nary a capture card at SGF, but I don't know. I don't need no stinking helicopter. There we go, now it's all ruined. It's got a bad paint job. You can bring one. Alright, I did it. Mission complete. I killed everybody. Oh, that's the video game GoldenEye. Let's review it. Who said low rule? Thank you for following. Appreciate it. Hope you're doing well. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Oh, thank you, Dan. Man, oh man. Better or worse than DK64? What did I give DK64? Probably give it 3.5. Beat it. All right. So this system here, 3 stars is okay. 3.5 is good. 8 is great. I thought Aaron waiting with bated breath. Weird that I still want to be generous. For as mad as I got, I still want to be kind of generous. Like, I don't think it's bad. I got pretty mad. I'm gonna give it that 3 stars. Mm-hmm. I have always had a strained relationship with Golden. I, kid, didn't much care for that multiplayer experience that everyone else went gaga for. I didn't experience the campaign much until recently. Hey, my drivers are following. Experiencing its many frustrations. Deuce objectives. Horrible frame rates. Accidental fail state. And stupid scientists with a death wish. So, I do kind of get it. There is an unmistakable charm here. The enemies and the animation have a lot of personality. And the music. Oh, the music. The score alone might give this game a whole extra point on the review scale. Also pretty surprised by how much I actually liked the controls. I mean, it doesn't offer the precision of the dual stick the dual stick setup we're used to, but it works pretty well for the N64 controller, as long as you don't need to quickly aim at 4 different enemies that are shooting you at the same time. This is the part where other people would say that the game simply hasn't aged well. I don't feel this way. I never loved GoldenEye. I thought it was clunky game. I thought it was a clunky game back in 1997. Yes, the multiplayer is fun, but it's fun in a sort of, I don't know, that hide and go seek fun. I've never quite understood why it became a what's the word? Yeah, so use a different word. Transcendental, is that it? No. Is that the word? Experience. Transcendental is good. Experience for so many. Like Bomberman is just as good an excuse to have a fun local multiplayer experience. Yeah. Maybe I'm just a spoiled brat. I was lucky enough to have a PC in my house that could play games like Quake 2 and not long after this released Half-Life. Not entirely fair to compare GoldenEye to those games, but I can't help. I can't help it. I'm glad that I have spent more time with GoldenEye. I better understand it. I even appreciate it a bit. Just don't think I can ever love it. Also, my god, some of those levels are bad. Control and Bunker 2 can rot in hell. The good, amazing music. Lots of personality. Controls well, given its circumstances. The bad frame rate. Wonky mission objectives. Uneven difficulty. Guess we'll leave it there. There it is. Somehow I have now beaten GoldenEye. Didn't think I'd ever get there. I think Mind Drive for following. Thank you, Mind Drive. That now means I've beaten 29 and 64 games. Be fun to rate this by my rating. Interestingly enough, I haven't beaten an N64 game and given it a score worse than this. I don't want Dan to see this, he'll get mad at me. But yeah. Good times. Good times. And yeah, at some point I want to play some more. You'd see it. No, Dan, don't worry about that. Look at me. I'm being I'm being understanding. I do want to play some more 64 games. I do want to play Perfect Dark at some time. Ooh, 1,050 games beaten. Didn't do Perfect Dark. Some more of the James Bond games. Thank you, Dan. I appreciate it. It was fun. I enjoyed all of our teasing. It was good. I did enjoy it. I really don't think there's anything to gain to being reductive and having, just being I don't like this game, never did, right? I'd rather try to come to terms with seeing it. I think most games that most people kind of have this thing that they love about them, there's got to be something there, right? There's got to be something to it, and it's important to understand what that is. Did I finish Glover? Did I put Glover on there as a beaten game? I don't think I've beaten Glover. I just watched Thab's video on Glover, and I kind of want to. Yeah, I've never beaten Glover. I don't even know if we owned Glover. I rented Glover. Glover should be an amazing game. Somebody should make a Glover because it's a great idea. No, I had Gex. I had Gex 2 on PlayStation. I don't think I've ever beaten. Glover did get a It's got a PC port recently. Yep, fun to play games. More classic games. So yeah, next, some more First Light. I want to play through the rest of that on stream. Might play some of that tomorrow during the middle of the day. Gonna be recording 90s Disney in the evening. But yeah, you gotta love the Glover, everybody. So yeah, maybe before I record 90s Disney, do some more First Light. Excited to do that. That'd be good. Yeah, what are some of the other big N64 games I have not beaten? I haven't beaten Banjo-Tooie. I have not beaten Jet Force Gemini. I've technically never beaten Majora's Mask on 64. I did on 3DS. I don't really know if that helps. Quest 64. Beetle Adventure Racing. Conker's a big one. Mission Makers I have. Turok I've beaten the remaster of recently. Blast Course I have. Right, I think I have Blast. Maybe I never quite beaten Blast Core actually, huh? No, I never quite beaten it. That might be fun to play through, do sometime. Snowboard Kids, no. Buck Bumble. Sure. You got Turok 2 complete in box. Nice. The ones I do want to get soon, I gotta look. I probably have copies of Conker somewhere. What are these ones right here, even? My 64 games are scattered a bit. Whoa, sorry, just a bunch of buttons on this. My DK64 just smacked into my keyboard. Here's some ugly looking game. If I've beaten Shadows of the Empire, I'd like to do that sometime. I think N64 cartridges are nice. I like the way they look. I just wish that they had labels on the top. It sucks when you stack them. All right. Thanks for hanging out, everybody. Thanks. Man, a lot of people are showing up. Whoops. Don't do that, Mike. There we go. I know, lots of people are coming in for these streams, so I appreciate everybody hanging out. Yeah, Pokes do custom print those labels. I might have to buy some. So yeah. really appreciate everyone hanging out for this GoldenEye playthrough. It seems like it was the most popular game I played through. So, appreciate that. If you aren't usually here, yep, I like to play through a lot of classic games. I've got a lot of original hardware. Play through that. Play some modern stuff as well. Instead, probably going back to First Light, the newer James Bond game. But getting back some classic stuff again soon. I got some other things on the back burner there. So, thank you so much, everybody who hung out with this. Thanks for Dan hanging out. It was a lot of fun. Kayla as well. Saw her in here today. Thanks again to Stillbike, Mike, and the others for the raids. Appreciate that. I am not playing Space. Is anybody even on? Is Christian online? Christian playing Fortnite? Maybe Ingrid? Let's raid Christian. By the way, the two Game Mess mods have very different opinions on Mina, it seems. What should you say to Christian? Say, hello, I hope you're doing well. That'll get him. Ooh, exactly. 3. Oh, come on. So close to the 300 for the raid. One more. Join. I know if I wait, it's going to get worse. It's only going to get worse. But join. Go raid Christian. Say hi to Christian, everyone. Bye-bye. Have a good night. No, it's only getting worse. It's up again. 300. As soon as I 300, I'm pushing. No!